So, okay, welcome to Purim Hamentaschen Bake with your hosts, me, Malka, and
me, Helene.
All right, so that's we're going to do some fun baking with Hamentaschen. And so for those people that have heard about this holiday but not quite sure, or some people have never heard about this holiday, Helene, give us a little quick rundown, very brief, of what is Purim, P-U-R-I-M.
This is a take it away. This is a very short description of the holiday. Purim, the festival of lots, is celebrated on the 14th day of Adar in February, March. It commemorates an event that occurred in ancient Persia when the Jews lived under the domination of King
Ahasuerus. It's a mouthful.
Okay. It's a mouthful.
The king.
The king was convinced by his wicked minister Haman to have all the Jews of the kingdom killed on a day selected by casting lots, Pur. The king's beautiful Jewish wife, Esther, learned of Haman's plot from her uncle Mordecai, the leader of the Jewish community. At the last moment, Queen Esther was successful in persuading the king to issue a new order that allowed the Jews to fight back. They fought, won, and were saved. Haman was hanged on the same gallows he had prepared for Mordecai. At Purim parties, young people dress in costumes and masquerade, pretending to be Haman, the king, and especially the popular and lovely Queen Esther.
And we're a little dressed up. See, there's my little thing, and she's got her little ears. Okay, so we're a little dressed up.
Oh, how unkosher, picky ears.
Continue.
Often edible gifts are exchanged, the most common being Purim delicacies such as Hamentaschen, poppy seed cookies, and homemade Purim confections such as carrot ginger candy. And what this doesn't explain is the Hamentaschen, his military hat was a three-pointed hat. And so the Hamentaschen is made in a triangle shape, 3 points. And it's a pastry that's filled with jam, and that's supposed to be Haman's hat. So that's how we're
eating his hat.
We're eating his hat. What represents Haman. And when they the whole Megillah,
they read the Megillah, which is the story in the synagogue or the temple, whichever you go to. Whenever they hear the name in the story, Haman, which is the bad guy, the kids or the big kids like us, we have a thing called a Gregor, and we make this noise like boo hiss. Here we go.
Drown out the name of Haman.
All right, so much for that.
There's your history lesson.
There's your story. There will be a test and questions afterwards. Just kidding.
Yeah, and there's much more to the story, but we kept it short and brief.
Right, so I don't know if you can see, we might have to, we've got all these ingredients.
Oh yeah.
How are we going to do that?
The flour and the jam.
Logistics.
We'll hold each thing up as we're.
Right, or I could raise the computer and then tip it down. You know what?
Yeah.
Here's the tray of goodies.
Oil.
Gonna go in here. So we'll just start it.
And by the way, these are vegan, gluten-free Hamentaschen.
Vegan, gluten-free, and I'll post the recipe. It's actually a standard recipe, meaning it has eggs in it, but the vegan substitute for any kind of egg recipe is flax seeds that have been ground up, and we add a little bit of water to them. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that now because they need to sit. So it's to make one substitute, if I may, one flax egg to equal a regular egg. It's 1 tablespoon of flaxseed powder with 2.5 tablespoons of water. So I have, this recipe calls for 2 eggs, so there's 2 tablespoons of flaxseed here, and I'll show you. There's the flaxseed, and here, this is not quite the Food Network, okay? This is our first attempt on this. And you know,
kind of came up by happenstance.
This is all ad lib. There was no rehearsal. So we're just doing that. So here I'm just stirring that it should sit for a few minutes while we're chatting and putting the other ingredients in, okay? So let's see, on the recipe, it says, I'm going to put this up here. So we're going to mix the dry ingredients, which we have the flour, okay, baking powder, salt. So let's see.
Did you preheat?
Yes, the oven is preheating. The oven behind, yes.
375.
375, thank you. And so let's see. The dry ingredients, which is the flour, and I'll just say how much it is. It's 2.5 cups of flour. You'll be Vanna White, and you can maybe show that. Okay. So I've already pre-measured 2.5 cups, and that's gluten-free flour. It's actually a coconut and brown rice flour blend. All right. So there's the flour. What else is going to be dry that's going in that? That's probably going to be the baking powder and the salt. So baking powder, it's 2.5 teaspoons of just your standard good old whatever, Trader Joe's, I think, baking powder. And so that's 2.5. You like to throw that in, plop it in. I've already measured out that. And yeah, so then we have a little bit of salt, which just says a pinch. Here's our salt. I'm going to pinch. Oh, ow. I pinched the salt. Okay. So I'm going to mix that. And now we're going to do the wet ingredients, which is the.
Not the sugar yet?
No, actually the our oil is going to be instead of butter, we're using olive oil. This is actually an olive oil recipe, and which I think will be very interesting. So there is a 1/2 cup.
Wow.
That is a 1/2 cup of oil, and go ahead and pour that in. Get my hands.
Wash your hands.
And then we're also going to put in the sugar, the eggs, the lemon juice. So sugar is 1/2 cup, which is nice. It's not a lot of sugar in this, which is great because we're going to fill it with jam, and that's got a lot of sugar. So we've got a 1/2 cup. And this particular sugar is monk fruit.
Oh.
Okay. A little pricier than regular. I wanted
That's
to.
the good stuff.
Only the good stuff here. Whoa. Okay. And start mixing that. And what else we got here? Lemon juice and the lemon zest. So we got here we go. Lemon zest, teaspoon of that. Boom, that goes in. And then we have, can't even see it. Anyway, a little 1/2 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Okay.
Nice flavor.
And now the flax egg.
Which has been silky.
What do you think? How long do you usually wait for your flax egg?
No, this is the first for me.
You don't ever use flax egg when you're baking?
I don't bake much. That's why I said, Malka, let me come over so we can make. Chef Malka, I'm coming over to your house so we can make
what do you
vegan Hamentaschen.
Make like savory things on the stove, and you don't
see. I make smoothies for breakfast.
Okay, I didn't know if we're gonna get your whole
I don't know.
your dietary regimen here, but good.
I haven't baked in a long time. I used to make zucchini bread and banana bread.
Yeah.
I don't know what I substituted. Banana. I used banana.
Sauce is also
yeah.
Right, so she's mixing away. Isn't this great? And then what? We're going to okay, now we're going to mix. How's that? Do you feel like the mix pretty good?
Yeah, the oil kind of still.
All right, so now we're going to stir in.
The pressure
into the wet is the dry. Do you want to have? Should we have a whisk? Do you think a whisk would be better?
Maybe.
I have
so dry goes into wet, not wet into dry.
Let's switch to that. All right, here we go. Okay, she's stirring. Show them what that looks like.
Muscle. do it gradual.
Oh. Okay, you know what? Now I think the whisk is not a good idea because it's all sticking in this thing. Can I just, I'm more experienced with this. Going back to the spoon. That's fun. This is all ad lib here, and I like that.
Maybe next time do the gradually.
Okay, because we're gonna make another batch.
Yeah.
Not on this video because you don't want to watch this twice. It'd be boring.
And you know how those bake shows, they put it in the oven and then they pull it right back out and go, see how beautiful it is. We don't have a pre-made batch.
We didn't plan that well enough, but next time, who knows? That'll be a next
We'll
time.
post a picture of the completed.
Yes.
Yeah, and what they look like when they go in the oven. But
Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna get to the point, I think. Well, I think maybe we'll roll out some and make, the shapes and whatever, and then just, a few, because if you watch us do this, I don't know how fast you are, but this could be a while.
yeah, doing all of them.
We don't want to.
This
bore you,
batch is
okay?
32?
36.
36,
Make
yeah.
This recipe make 36, and also depends, because we're gonna roll it out and make, this is our cookie cutter, because we don't have a standard cookie cutter.
Yeah.
It's like you can use anything. This is what I love, to be resourceful. I don't have to have a million gadgets, and a glass would work, but I think the larger round is going to have more room for filling, because the smaller one will be less filling. We want lots of filling, so hopefully.
And the only cookie cutters I had were for Hanukkah, dreidels and menorahs.
Okay, I
So
think
is
we're
it
done with all this.
being crumbly like this is okay? And it goes on a cookie sheet with parchment paper.
Let me get in there for a second here. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's pretty crumbly. So it doesn't look much like a dough. We could knead it. It could be very kneady. Gosh, we didn't miss any ingredients, so I'm just wondering why it's so dry.
Yeah, it really is.
It's coming together a little bit. Maybe if we add a little bit more of the
wet ingredients.
That the wet ingredient is the olive oil.
Ah.
So I'm thinking. Just throw it in. Okay, this is how I usually do. I'm just when I make stuff.
People ask me for my recipes, and I'm like, I just kind of make it up as I go along.
Well, I usually like to use a base recipe of something, just like, and then make it from there. And then I look at people's comments to see if that's something I want to add in. And it's nice and crumbly. It's crumbly. This is supposed to be a dough that we're going to roll out. And I guess maybe I should have made a trial run of this, but just being spontaneous in the moment.
So, and of course,
how we roll. It's how we roll.
Vegan. So maybe it would have been egg. It would coagulate differently, but
well, usually I use flax egg in my baking. Not all my baking, because I have some people that like eggs. So,
what other moist ingredient would make it start?
I'm not going to start adding weird stuff now. That's the only thing.
But of stuff that we already added, like, do we need to add a little bit more? The
only wet stuff was the olive oil, and there was lemon juice.
Oh,
that's not really gonna do that.
And we don't want to add water
at this point. Folks, we have a little issue here, and if we do, well, the oil didn't do much of anything, and adding water, I'm just a little hesitant, but we, nothing ventured. I don't know how to use so it's just, yeah, we've got everything in here. I think it was that. So Sorry, we're just reading the recipe, and it is, yeah, roll it out. So I'm going to do a little bit of, yeah, water could be, it's, you know, it's been a binder and other things, so stay tuned. Stay tuned,
we might have
folks.
a part 2 video to,
Yes.
to show the next. You see, now that's starting to take a little bit better.
It's doing a little better. Okay, so if anyone's still with us,
yeah, put in the comments.
it's coming along a little better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I can, while we're doing that,
Let's get ready.
yeah, so traditionally they're filled with a poppy seed paste kind of, or
Yeah.
prune paste. But you can use any kind of jam. I've got some organic. I've got an apricot one that's real popular. And remember, this took place in Persia. So think of what fruits were abundant in that part of the world that they would have used. And I've got a couple of homemade jams, not by myself, by one of my colleagues. This is pineapple apricot, and this is cherry jam. This one is a jam that's got 4 different kinds of fruits in it. And this is just a regular strawberry jam. So whatever you like, that can be put in there. And if you have, usually the markets during the Jewish holidays will carry ingredients that have to do with Jewish holidays. So maybe like, especially Ralph's, maybe Albertsons, I'm not sure, but they will carry ingredients like that. So you could possibly get the poppy seed spread or the prune spread, but we're going with these.
Okay, well,
coming along.
Yes. Not how I envisioned. So, but you know, that's called being spontaneous.
Yes, improvising.
In the moment. So let's get
and then we roll it out.
I'm gonna roll it on here. Can you get the board? That board? No, you're actually still on.
Oh, this was what I bought for the next batch, right?
Just to hold that down. Yeah. Try a little bit and see what happens. Just trying to get it a little more like a ball. That's the only problem I'm seeing is the cracking.
Yeah.
Well, just see what happens. I'm going to put it in between parchment paper.
Oh, that's what you do.
So it doesn't stick.
Oh.
Okay. And there it is on the parchment paper. Next time I'll have it tilted more, but it's definitely not Food Network or what's another cooking show that you like? Julia, yes, I'm sorry. This is definitely not Julia's kitchen.
Or Rachel Ray. This is just me contacting Mark about a week or so ago, saying, "Hey, let's make some vegan Hamentaschen for fun," and then saying at the last minute, "Hey, let's do like a podcast or something."
Well, it's looking okay. This is the shape I have, and let's see if this.
Do you need to flour that or?
Nah, I'm just gonna go for it here. Let's see if we can get at least one.
Yeah, just one, at least one example.
So we don't want to do it on here. We want to do it on the tray.
On the tray.
So do it directly on the tray, and the tray has parchment paper we're going to bake it on. So we can actually put it up here. Maybe, we actually see it.
Nice.
All right, and let's see if I can. I'm not going to use my fingers because it could, I don't know how delicate it's going to be. go.
Circle.
We have our first little circle, and you can.
I need a spoon to.
Where's that spoon? I just have. Just grab. Yes.
Right? You don't want to do too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Too much?
Yeah. Okay.
Like a big.
That's, yeah, still too much. Because it'll lose out. There we go. Yep. See that? Oh, you can see that. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know how to fold it?
Well, it has to be like a.
So you can, yeah, there's different ways. There's the left side, right side, and then, yeah, you can do it. Uh-oh. Yes, we have birds here. Oh, yeah, that's breaking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not looking too good. Yeah, okay, so that's all going to ooze out.
Yeah.
Not good. And I think that's going to be gone away. Yeah, we have to move that away somewhere. We could do something for this. All right, so now that we know that, I'm going to try something, another, what's the word? Another shape is where we pinch it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to try that. What happens there? And
This is the entertainment food show.
already breaking.
Let's see how not to do it.
I'm going to try that. And this is how I used to make them with my mom. Take, okay. Yeah, it's
Oh, right. Pinch again. That's right.
pinch and then bring this up.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's not, there's no bend in this dough. It's a crumble.
Yeah.
So
But
this
that's
is
better. That's more like what it should look like. See the 3 points?
There's the 3
Mhm.
points. I have done this before, but this, not with this dough.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And I think that's the only way, because you want to keep the filling in.
You want to keep it in, yeah.
So I'm laughing because it's like, this is not the perfect dough. And shall we just
posting this?
Well,
No, we will.
we
We
will.
will.
However, I'm not going to have you guys watch us do 36 of these right now. Oh, if you want to do, no, they're just falling apart. Like, if I may just,
Yeah.
I think I'm,
Because you have.
oh, just, no, because it's, this is not working. Not working. Yeah. A lot of good ingredients in, and now
Yeah.
we need to, I think what the best thing to do is to take a break. Doubt if we'll be back, or we could, just give you an update written. We're going to work on the dough, work on this needs to be saved.
Yeah. So
And,
we'll post this, but we'll give some follow-up what we did to rescue
the Hamentaschen dough. But in the meantime, thank you for being here, Helene.
Thank you, Malka.
This has been the Malka and Helene show. And if anyone's out there, give us a shout out when you watch this. And any other
let us know if any of you have ever done vegan Hamentaschen, what tricks you might have, tricks and tips.
All right, so bye everybody. Let's just wave. Goodbye.
Bye.